There was a viral clip on Instagram where a woman said that protein powder will blow out your blood sugar. It's evil. Stay away from it. I don't believe she's a subject matter expert. Let's break down why she said that protein powder is bad for blood sugar.
Okay, so this is my take on the whole situation. It's like when people find something that works for them and they are not necessarily aware of the totality of evidence behind a given topic, like let's say fat loss and nutrition or muscle gain and nutrition or anything. And with the general population and with influencers who pop up, they usually adopt some sort of diet that worked really well for them. And you know what? Keto works really well for a lot of people. I believe she is one of these folks who is anti-carb, basically. Let's like keto, meat, steak 3 times a day, that kind of thing. And so that worked great for her, and it worked great for a lot of people. And so therefore, she just kind of preaches the gospel of it. And so
one size fits all approach, really.
One size fits all. And some people take it a step further and they go, you know what, if you're not eating steak for every meal, you're not doing it right. You're not being optimal. You're not taking it to the level you really need to take it to. So if you're just, doing your protein powder and stuff, well, that's processed. So therefore that's junk. Okay. The processed food topic is an interesting one because the minute you start cutting up a food or even heating it or cooking it, you're processing it. The human body is a food processor, okay? And so, yes, protein powder is a processed food. It can be classified as an ultra-processed food, but what you're doing is you're taking the most nutrient-dense part of milk, for example. And you're isolating it and you're dehydrating it and you're making it available for a number of different uses. I mean, that's just food technology. The nutrition is still there. The anabolic potential is still there. But more than that, the favorable health outcomes in the peer-reviewed literature are still there for a number of different outcomes and parameters. And so when she said that whey protein is junk because it's processed, okay, well, are your supplements junk because they're processed? How about your medicines? Have you ever taken any medicine? There's a certain amount of processing that goes into that ibuprofen you took for your headache.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you take vitamin D3? Do you take omega-3? Do you take creatine? There's some processing that went into, but she probably wouldn't take creatine, I'm guessing, because she's taking down the red meat.
Yeah.
So
what you're saying is this woman probably doesn't have a basic understanding of biochemistry.
You know what? I'm not. I don't know anything about her other than she just looks great. She wears red glasses and she says wild things.
Yes.
Those are the 3 main things.
And that's all you really need to qualify on Instagram these days.
Yeah.
Okay, so then why would I have any form of nutrition then if I can just have protein powder?
It's because what you're getting from protein is the structural or the gaining of structural integrity of skeletal muscle and various components of the cell, but you still need other micronutrients to support other bodily systems. You still need other macronutrients to support other bodily systems. And so you can't just have a protein-only diet. Now, while it can be argued that carbohydrate is not an essential nutrient, then you have to ask, okay, essential for what? So you can survive on a zero carbohydrate diet. So it's not essential to just subsist and survive. But carbohydrate can actually be essential for optimizing your training performance. It can be essential for if you care about things like optimal thyroid activity. Carbohydrate can be essential for things like making sure that you're doing what you can to get a full spectrum of nutrients from the bounty of nature. I mean, there are so many foods that are carbohydrate dominant that are also micronutrient dense and have compounds within them like the polyphenolic compounds in various vegetables and fruits that can be protective against chronic disease and degenerative diseases, cardiovascular diseases, and the like. So I think that there's an opportunity cost health-wise to thinking that carbohydrates are just not essential, therefore we don't need to consume them.
Yeah.
And you know what? People do it. People go carnivore, for example. I'll just eat slabs of red meat throughout the course of my day, and then
who cares about the health of my arteries?
I'll call it a life. That's my life. I just eat fatty meat. That's it.
Yeah.
For some people, that's actually a better program than what they were doing when they were eating hamburgers, pizza, fries, ice cream.
Correct.
And 4,000 calories a day of it while sitting around. So now they're carnivore and they're training, and at least their body composition is improving, but they're still not optimizing.
Okay, that's really important to know, because I do think that, people think even when they look at a piece of salmon, right? Oh, that's omega-3 fatty acids, but you're getting so much more. If you put that under a microscope, you look at the salmon, yes, it's omega-3 fatty acids, but there's B vitamins, there's so many other things in it as well. So I like how you differentiate the two. Now, I use protein as just just to meet my intake after food. I'll have it trickling out throughout the day.